What's going on, everyone? It is me, Lone, and I'm here with a channel update. I haven't done one of these in a while because there hasn't really been much of a reason. Actually, that's a lie. There probably has been. But I just wanted to share with a lot of you some thoughts that I was just throwing around in my head, and I really appreciate your thoughts as always, so I wanted to get some of your feedback. And I also just wanted to talk about the channel in general and discuss how things are going in my opinion. So we'll start with that actually. First of all, the channel's going pretty strong. As a lot of you know, I went through a bit of a negative period, if you will, where I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my channel. I was experimenting with a lot of different things, and then there was that 1 week that we should never talk about again, where I changed my name to Lone Gaming and then changed back to Lone Vault Wanderer. Now, a lot of you have been asking, what happened to that change? You know, you were so determined, you were so fervent in changing your name and never going back. And I'll describe that now because I think this video is pretty apt for that. First of all, I'll explain why I changed to Lone Gaming. My thought at the time was that simply having the name Lone Vault Wanderer was holding my channel back because it effectively, I guess, restricted me to do other content or to cover other games, I should say. Because when people see Lone Vault Wanderer, I thought that the first thought that people would probably have is something about Fallout. And I was so of the opinion at the time that if I want to cover other games, grow my channel, experiment with different content, I need a channel name that's a bit more general. So I thought Lone Gaming was appropriate for that. It was probably too generic, I guess, but it was the best thing that I could think of. And then after a week, I changed back, and the reason was simply because I missed Lone Vault Wanderer. There was no other reason behind it. People didn't really like Lone Gaming, and then after a while, I didn't really like it. People said that they missed the old name. After a while, I missed the old name too. So I changed it back. However, my philosophy for changing that name has never changed. The reason why I changed to Lone Gaming was to kind of make a point to say, I'm not just a Fallout channel. I like to play other games, I like other games, and I want to cover other games on my channel. And that philosophy has never died since that point. Yes, my name is Lone Vault Wanderer again, and yes, some people might think that the name in and of itself restricts my channel, but the point still stands. I have not forgotten or let go of that philosophy that I want to do different things. And if you actually look at my channel over the past month or so, I've been doing a lot of different things. The biggest example is me doing Let's Plays. I've been playing Doom, I've been playing Mortal Kombat X, I've been playing Dark Souls, not frequently, but at least one Let's Play video a week to test the waters, I guess, to see how it went. I played Wolfenstein as well. That was a lot of fun, and I want to keep doing those things. I want to keep playing those games and showing you the fun experiences that I'm having. And I guess the underlying theme for those videos is that I'm a bit salty because people just seem to gravitate towards it and love watching me be salty. So there's been that. Also as well, I haven't just been doing straight out Fallout 4 updates. If you've actually looked at my channel over the past month, I haven't done that much. Here's a video solely dedicated to Fallout 4 and a piece of news. I'll do that when I'm, really stressed for time and I need to go away for the weekend, for example. But typically, when I do gaming news nowadays, I talk about Fallout 4. I talk about Doom, I talk about different things happening in the gaming industry more generally, and in those videos I like to talk about 3 different news topics. I try to keep them Bethesda themed as much as possible, but if I want to talk about, for example, the new Xbox One and the new PS4 coming out, then I'll do that, and I did that recently. So I've also been expanding my content in that regard. Also as well, I've been doing top 5 videos that I've extended to other games. So for example, you'll see a top 5 reasons to love BioShock video that I did because I absolutely love BioShock and I wanted people to know those reasons why I loved it. So I made a video about that. It didn't get crazy views, but the point still stands. The philosophy of me as Lone Vault Wanderer wanting to play different games, cover different games, experiment with different content, hasn't changed, hasn't died. And I've tried to push that as much as possible while still keeping a balance with Fallout 4 content, which is why I talk about Fallout 4 content in my gaming news videos, which is why I do my Fallout 4 mod overhaul videos. And that New Vegas one that I did has almost got 80,000 views. Like, it just went crazy popular. I could not have imagined that in my wildest dreams. So thank you so much for that. So that explains that. And I guess now what I want to talk about and get your opinions on is the future for my channel and the future content that I do. There is a series that I actually made a video on last year that I wanted to do, and I'm really thinking about picking it up again. It's called The Bucket List. Now, the idea has changed slightly in my head, but the concept in and of itself is relatively the same to the one that I mentioned in that video from last year. And the concept is this: I want to make a list of games that I can play, have fun playing, make videos on, and put them on the channel. That was the concept at its bare bones. And additionally, the games that I covered or played could be both games that I've already played that I love and I want to show those experiences to you and hopefully convince you to love or buy those games. And at the top of the list again is BioShock. And as well, play games that I've never played before but that I've always wanted to play. So an example could be The Witcher 3, for example. I've dabbled in it a little bit, but I haven't really played the game. So that was the concept then. But in my head over time, over the past couple of weeks, it's really evolved into an idea where I don't want to just play recent games. I want to go back to retro games in the 90s that I always wanted to play, never got the chance, play those games, and move forward chronologically from there. And because obviously there are so many games out there, I can't play everything. The way I was thinking about doing it was playing like the best of the best. I go to Metacritic, see which games are rated with a 90 or above, and play those games. And in fact, there are only about, I think, 500 games on Metacritic that are rated 90 or above, and a lot of them are duplicates, and a lot of them I don't really want to play. So I think I can, with that focus, really narrow down a nice list of games that go back to the 90s, that go back to the early 2000s, and that have also come out quite recently. And just go back, play them, make videos on it, and share my experiences with you guys. Let you experience me playing those older games right through to the most recent games, and potentially you even joining along in this bucket list. And then as I play each game, and as I finish making content for each game, I tick that game off the bucket list. So it's operating in effect how a regular bucket list would be, just applied to video games. Now, what I still really need to work out in my head is not the games that I'm going to play. I think that would be relatively easy for me to work out. It's more so what kinds of videos can I make or should I make when I play those games. You know, I can do let's plays, I can do discussions, I can do things like that, but I've got to work that out, and I've got to determine before I even announce that I'm starting this series what videos I'm actually doing for each of the games I play. What kind of schedule do I adopt? When I'm going to find time to actually play these games, because as you all know, I have a full-time job and I'm still studying on the side, which is really pissing me off because it's taking up so much of my spare time, but it's almost done, thank fuck. And I just need to work out that idea and get it on paper. And this is where you come in. I would really appreciate all of your views, feedback, comments, criticisms about this potential bucket list idea, what kinds of videos I could make on the games that I play, what kind of games I should play, bearing in mind that unfortunately I can't play any Nintendo games because you can't show Nintendo content on YouTube without risking a copyright strike or a copyright claim. And that's really fucking disappointing because I really want to go back and do a video on Zelda Ocarina of Time or do a video on Pokemon or whatever it is. It's really disappointing, I know, but unfortunately I've got to operate within the bounds I'm given, so I can't play Nintendo games, let alone any other publisher that doesn't allow their content to be shown on YouTube, and a few come to mind. So yeah, please give me your thoughts about this, guys and girls. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this bit more of a laid-back casual talk. I always enjoy doing these, and I'll probably do more in the future. And until next time, this has been Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and as always, keep fighting the good fight.